Have you ever faced a property puzzle or a neighborly disagreement that felt impossible to solve? What if that very conflict held the key to strengthening your entire community? This is the remarkable story of Oakridge, a street where a simple window became the catalyst for uncovering hidden truths and building unprecedented neighborly bonds. It started quietly, as many disputes do. A homeowner in Oakridge installed a new window, believing it was a simple home improvement. However, a neighbor raised concerns, citing what they believed were long-standing rules. This disagreement quickly escalated, causing tension on the street. The initial conflict centered on differing interpretations of property rights and neighborhood expectations. It was a classic case of neighborly friction, fueled by uncertainty and assumptions. The air in Oakridge grew thick with unspoken frustrations and awkward encounters. As the window dispute intensified, it forced a deeper look into the property's history. Digging through old council records and planning documents became necessary. What they found was surprising and affected more than just one house. Decades-old planning restrictions, largely forgotten or misunderstood, came to light. These conditions weren't just about one window, they impacted various aspects of property modifications across the street. A wave of realization spread as homeowners discovered their own properties were subject to similar, unknown rules. The discovery transformed the nature of the problem. It was no longer just one neighbor against another. It became a shared challenge facing many residents on the street. The individual dispute highlighted a systemic issue of widespread misinformation about property regulations in Oakridge. This realization shifted the focus from blame to a collective need for understanding. Homeowners began talking, initially about the surprising findings, then about their own property plans and potential conflicts with the unearthed rules. The shared problem created a common ground. Recognizing the scale of the issue, a few proactive residents decided to act. They initiated informal conversations, knocking on doors and discussing the planning revelations. These initial chats revealed that many neighbors had either unknowingly violated rules or were hesitant to make improvements due to uncertainty. These conversations quickly led to organized gatherings. Small groups met in living rooms, poring over documents and sharing snippets of information. The goal was clear: understand the restrictions and find a way forward together. The core of their strategy was open and transparent information sharing. Residents pooled their knowledge, researching council websites, contacting planning departments, and even seeking professional advice. Every piece of information was shared freely among the group. They created a simple, accessible repository of findings. This included details on how to check specific property conditions, understand planning jargon, and identify common restrictions affecting Oakridge. This collective knowledge base empowered everyone. To facilitate ongoing communication and support, a community WhatsApp group was established. This became a hub for instant updates, asking questions, and offering encouragement. It provided a safe space for neighbors to discuss sensitive property issues openly. This digital network complemented the in-person meetings. It allowed for quick sharing of links, documents, and advice, ensuring everyone had access to the latest information. The group fostered a sense of unity and mutual support. Armed with information and connected through their network, the neighbors began tackling the planning issues collaboratively. They discussed strategies for applying for planning variations or retrospective permissions. Sharing experiences made the daunting process feel manageable. Neighbors helped each other fill out forms, reviewed application drafts, and offered advice based on their research. This collaborative approach reduced individual stress and increased the likelihood of successful outcomes. It demonstrated the practical benefits of working together. The initial window dispute, which had caused so much friction, began to de-escalate. With a clear understanding of the actual planning rules, the focus shifted from personal conflict to finding a compliant solution. The homeowner worked towards addressing the issue within the newly understood regulations. This process highlighted how lack of information often fuels disputes. By bringing the underlying facts to light through community effort, the path to resolution became clearer for everyone involved. Shared knowledge replaced assumptions and mistrust. The impact of this collective effort extended far beyond resolving planning issues. The process of working together, sharing vulnerabilities, and supporting one another forged strong bonds between neighbors who had previously been mere acquaintances. Trust and friendship blossomed on the street. The shared challenge became a source of pride and connection. Residents discovered common interests and a shared commitment to their neighborhood. The street felt more vibrant and connected than ever before. To celebrate their success in navigating the planning maze and, more importantly, the newfound strength of their community, the residents organized Oakridge's first ever block party. It was a joyous occasion, symbolizing the transformation from conflict to celebration. The party brought together families, children, and individuals who had been united by a property dispute. It was a testament to what can be achieved when neighbors come together, share information, and support one another through challenges. The street was alive with laughter and shared stories. The Oakridge story offers valuable lessons for homeowners everywhere. It underscores the importance of understanding your property's history and planning conditions. Don't rely on assumptions. Take the time to verify the facts about your home and neighborhood. It also shows that neighborly disputes, while difficult, can sometimes be catalysts for positive change. By addressing conflicts constructively and seeking underlying information, you might uncover shared issues that can only be solved together. Perhaps the most significant lesson is the immense power of community. When neighbors communicate, share information, and support each other, they can overcome significant challenges, whether they are planning issues, maintenance concerns, or simply building a safer, friendlier place to live. Building relationships with your neighbors is an investment in your home and your quality of life. A connected community is a resilient community, better equipped to handle problems and create a positive environment for everyone. Inspired by Oakridge, take the first step today. Check your local council's planning portal for information about your property or street. Reach out to a neighbor you haven't spoken to before and start a conversation. Consider starting a simple neighborhood chat group to share local information. Don't wait for a dispute. Build your community connections now. Share this story to encourage others and let us know in the comments how you're building community where you live.